What's up? So if you're struggling with anxiety recovery, you need to watch this video all the way to the end. So show a few minutes of patience. Patience, after all, is extremely important if you're wanting to recover from anxiety, and your recovery is worth watching this whole thing. So obviously there are so many different things that go into the recovery process if you have anxiety disorder, but today we're going to be focusing on mindset. I'm going to let you know 3 different mindsets that I had and which one you need, which we're going to save for last, to actually recover from anxiety. Because if you don't have the right mindset, guys, I'm just telling you, recovery is pretty much impossible. Tools are not going to work because you don't believe in them. Concepts, strategies, courses, even therapy. If you don't have the right mindset and you don't have the right approach, the right perspective, a lot of this stuff still doesn't work. And a lot of you are shooting yourselves in the foot, and I want to help you stop that today. So there are many different components and parts to anxiety recovery, but I'm going to be focusing on 3 mindsets, and I want you to master one of them because that's what's going to get you there a lot faster. It's going to make recovery actually possible, all right? So in the beginning with me, the first mindset that I had was a lot of darkness, a lot of hopelessness. I felt alone, isolated, scared, obviously. I had health anxiety. I thought I was dying. I was in panic every single day, fight or flight, survival mode. All of that good stuff, right? Tons of anxiety symptoms. I was lost. So I didn't have a lot of hope. I really struggled. And one of the scariest moments for me was whenever I had this problem daily and I reached my year mark. And I remember being like, holy crap, it's been a year that I've been dealing with this every single day. Panic attacks, me thinking that I'm dying. Maybe this is the new me. Oh my God, I'm gonna be like this the rest of my life. I'm really not gonna get past this. You know, I was coming to that realization, which wasn't true, obviously, but in that moment and from my history over the past year, I was like, I just don't see anything changing. And of course, a lot of this was my fault because I wasn't working any programs. I wasn't being consistent. I didn't have obviously the right mindset. I wasn't exposing. I really wasn't doing a lot. I was just hoping that anxiety would just go away, right? But I felt a lot of darkness. And I just felt like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get through this. This is gonna be the new me. I am not going to recover from anxiety or whatever anxiety disorder that you have. And I'm just here to tell you, the hard truth is, if you say that to yourself, in that moment, it is not possible. And I didn't realize that. I thought that I could just say whatever I wanted and it didn't have a huge impact on my subconscious. I'm here to tell you right now, you have to stop doing this, okay? If you want recovery, and again, this may not be the best video for those of you that just want to manage. I understand that some people may not be able to recover and that they just want to manage. I get that. I'm not bashing you. Congratulations to you wanting to better yourself and for watching these videos or whatever you're doing, for yourself. That's amazing. But I do have a big portion of my audience that really would like to recover 100%, and they're just making some mistakes along the way. So this video is especially for you. So there was this long period of self-pity. I was feeling sorry for myself, and that's natural, right? And look, my heart goes out to you if you're dealing with this, because I know what it's like to struggle with this stuff, to be in fight or flight mode every single day, thinking that you're dying if you have health anxiety, having multiple panic attacks a day, dealing with the anxiety symptoms, feeling hopeless, isolated, alone, people judging you, not being able to hold a job, not being able to do the things that you love. I get it, right? But I want you today to stop feeling bad for yourself. And I say that with a loving and sensitive heart. So please understand that. This is not me barking at you or anything. I'm saying to you the things that I needed to hear. I thought that if I just felt bad for myself, that eventually this thing would maybe just kind of go away. And it doesn't. And unfortunately, we get caught up in that comfort zone. It almost feels like it's more comfortable for us to kind of just sit in bed or just sit alone and wonder why me, And that's what I did, because it's a little bit more comfortable, right, than doing the things that we really got to do, like facing our fears, exposure, sticking with a routine and strategy, getting out in the real world, facing, our battles, overcoming them. It's a lot more uncomfortable to do that than to kind of stay in that bubble of self-pity. And I did that, and I'm telling you, this is coming from somebody that recovered 100%, okay? It's a hard thing, but please trust me on this. That's why I'm saying it. I say it with a loving heart. If you stay in that bubble, you are not going to grow, all right? So please let today be the day that you stop doing it. And here's the important thing. Your subconscious is 95% of you. You have to make that 5% from your conscious perspective count. Basically, what are you saying to 95% of you all the time? If it's I'm not going to recover or I can't get through this, then you're damn right. You won't be able to. The hard part is when you start saying the right stuff to 95% of you that's already programmed to fear, it takes time for it to change. And we don't usually stick it out long enough. So consistency with these mindsets, plays an important role. All right. So that's the first mindset. I'm not going to recover. I don't think I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be dealing with this for the rest of my life. This is the new me. And guess what? Those things are accurate if you say them in that moment. Okay. So then I started to pick up on a few things that maybe gave me a few days without symptoms. Right. So I had a little bit of hope. And some of you are here. You're still sure having the bad days where you question if it's possible, but you're having some moments where you start to develop this burning passion where there's more thought of like, I want to recover. I really, really want to. I really wish that I could recover fully 100%. And then you start saying things like, I'm going to try my hardest, right? Or I'm going to do better, or I'm going to do my best to recover from anxiety. And guess what? That's way better than that first mindset. That means that you have improved, that you've advanced in recovery. You may be entering the recovery process, in fact, if you have that mindset. All right, so there's that period right there. And then the one that I want you to get to eventually, right? And you got to be consistent with it, is I am going to recover from anxiety. I am going to recover from anxiety. See, when you start saying that, guess what? It is possible. It is possible. The problem is we don't do it enough. I talk about consistency. I talk about sticking with something on this channel all the time, sticking with it. Not just days, not just weeks. We're talking months and longer, right? It's taken a long time for you to develop that anxious mind of yours. It's going to take some time, not necessarily the same amount of time, but it's going to take some time to rewire. You got to make the 5% count. So now with 5%, you're telling 95% of you, I will recover. I'm gonna freaking do it, damn it. We are gonna make this happen. I don't care how long you continue to send me symptoms. I'm sticking with my routine. I'm doing my exposure. I'm doing my mindfulness. I'm changing my life. I'm transforming. I'm gonna show you. But you're doing it with 5%. So it's gonna take time. And so many of you are giving up a week into this. You're starting something and 3 days later you quit because you still had a panic attack on those days. You're sticking with something maybe 2 or 3 weeks and you're giving up on it. Today, I urge you to stop doing that. Be more consistent. You can still have your setbacks. You can still have a bad day. The important thing is to keep that same mindset. You can still have anxiety symptoms and you can still say to your subconscious, I'm going to recover. One day you're going to stop sending me these symptoms. I'm going to recover. So you can still have that mindset while you have the symptoms. Is it easy to have that mindset? No, it's not. None of the things that I tell you, honestly, are going to be easy. So don't think that. But that's the importance of mindset. You're working with 5%. Everything that you say is so important. So important. These 3 mindsets can be applied to other areas of your recovery. I know I was talking about recovery broadly with those mindsets, but think about tools, something like mindfulness. If you don't believe in it, then why would it change your subconscious mind, right? If you don't believe that it's going to work for you, then it's not going to work for you. Just like if you don't believe recovery is possible for you, it's not, right? Because you're already telling a negative subconscious, you're confirming the fear to it, right? You're telling a negative subconscious that, we're not good. And the subconscious is like, I know it's not going to work. So you got to tell the subconscious, mindfulness can be good for us. Maybe the subconscious in the beginning is like, I don't know, you don't usually stick with anything. Well, you got to show your subconscious that you're going to stick with it and that it can be helpful. But it starts with the want and the desire and the belief, right? So I encourage you to start taking this to your tools. So many of you have ditched things that would have been amazing for you, but you didn't stick with it long enough because you didn't get the results that you wanted after a few days or even a few weeks. It doesn't work like that. I think one thing that I try to stress on this channel and with these videos is that it takes longer than what you think. And some of you are so close and then you're giving up. It It takes longer than you think. Stop looking for the quick fix. Stop looking for that one tool that's going to completely change your life in a day. It doesn't usually work like that. You'll have some breakthroughs, some things will work better than others, but usually it takes some time for you to perfect it. If I gave you a bunch of woodworking tools, I'm sure some of you are good at woodworking, but most of you would have to look up tutorials on how to use those tools. And you'd probably have to practice months using those tools to build me a masterpiece, right? Same thing with this. It takes time to even master the tools. So stop being so hard on yourself. It takes time. So you can apply this mindset to the tools. That could be the same with diet, nutrition, exercise, exposure, overcoming your fears, all those things that are required when it comes to recovery. If you made it this far in the video, go down below in the comment section and comment in all caps, I will recover from anxiety. Let's start that positive affirmation today. I will recover from anxiety. Remember, those of you that are saying that I'm going to try, I'm going to do my best, that is amazing. It's still better than the former mindset of like, I can't do this. But I want you to start working towards saying that you will recover from anxiety no matter what. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how long I'm going to have these symptoms, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the grind, with the journey, with the transformation, with the growth that I'm going to go through. But if you're ready to develop that mindset even further, you're ready to actually go to work and be consistent, you're serious about recovery, check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Be a part of that. It's helping so many people towards recovery. I want it to help you too, so be a part of that. But only if you are serious and you're ready to work, all right? Anxiety recovery is tough, but that course is going to help you out a lot. Other resources, online therapy, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook groups, all that stuff is down below as well. But remember to subscribe if you're new. Tons of videos like this. Hit like if you got value. And until next time, guys, keep fighting.